Courtside Conversations.
Courtside Conversations.
The Roland-Garros Tennis Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Courtside Conversations, the official Roland-Garros podcast. I'm Gigi Salmon, and together with special guests, we are going to be keeping you company throughout the year with the second Grand Slam of the year, never too far from our thoughts. With that in mind, I'm delighted to say that with me today, former ATP player, a man who reached the doubles final at Roland-Garros and who continues to amaze and entertain the fans every time he steps out onto a tennis court. Mansour, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm fine. Very well.
Lovely. And it's lovely to have you with us. And I must start, we're all recovering from Wimbledon, whether playing at Wimbledon or working at Wimbledon. How much do you enjoy every year going back and playing on the grass courts?
I enjoy it, every second of it, and this was the 30th year I went to Wimbledon.
Wow.
for the invitational gentlemen and mixed doubles. And so 30 years of the senior tournament in Wimbledon. I'm very proud of that, and I enjoy every second of it. It's so fun.
You do such an amazing job of entertaining the crowd. How important is that to you to put on a show and to entertain everybody?
Entertaining has been a part of me since I was really 10 years old, and you don't become all of a sudden entertainer, or I didn't plan anything. I was from the very beginning, tennis just was a children game for me. I never had a tennis lesson in my life. I never had a coach in my life. I learned by myself with a dustpan of a piece of wood that I could find in the street and use it as a racket. And I was like 8, 9 years old, and I was hitting against the wall because I was not allowed to go in the tennis courts. And people would stop and would tell me, "Wow, how do you do that?" And they encouraged me to continue. And I never had someone to tell me, "Stop this nonsense and play decent, serious tennis." So today, when I go to the courts, let me tell you this. In Wimbledon, they have a policy of when you are 59, you play for the last time in the seniors tournament. I am 69, and I've been playing every year, and I'm so proud of that, and I want to thank Wimbledon to invite me back. I am not invited there as a ex-number one in the world, or winner of Davis Cup, or winner of Grand Slams. No, I've never been that. But entertaining it has allowed me to meet all the great names of our sports, since Rod Laver, Emerson, Rosewall, until Djokovic, and then Connors, Borg, with whom I compete in the senior tournaments and exhibitions. And today with the kind of Alcaraz and Sinner and Federer, Nadal, and it's been a great honor for me.
Mansour, you must have such a passion for the sport, saying that you were never coached and you didn't have lessons, but to still be playing at the level you are and doing what you do at the age of 69 must be such a passion for tennis.
I am passionate by tennis, and I'm asked every week, every time I am on the court and I'm playing with the players, with my partners who are like 20 years, 25 years younger than me, sometimes 30 years younger than me. And I'm asked, where is this energy comes from? The energy, this is really, I'm telling you an honest response, and the answer is the energy I take from the crowd. If there is no crowd, I don't want to play. I'm just miserable. I don't want to go and hit balls. But if there is people, and this has been since always, when I was younger, if I go to the court and there was nobody, I would just lose quickly and go out. I didn't want to win. But if then there was a crowd, I was not very easy to beat, because I just love seeing the smile in people's face, and that is something that I'm still going on for.
So tell me what the challenges are about playing tennis on the grass. It's a very small window of our season, but it's a very different surface to play on.
It's very different, but also it is grass of today and 30 years ago is so different, you know. So today you can play, you can be a real clay court player and hard court player and still play on grass. I love playing on grass. I love playing in, you know, every time I go to London, you know, and I play the exhibitions that I have to do in Hurlingham or in Wimbledon. It's because it's very unique. And playing on grass is just, as you said, is the season is very short, and it's the highlight of my year. You know, going there and it's much easier on my knees. You know, so you know I'm an old man, so that all makes it so special to play on grass court, and I'm really proud to be part of those tournaments and exhibitions that I do.
But with this being the Roland-Garros podcast, I must just ask you about reaching the final in the men's doubles. That must have been a very proud moment for you in your career.
Roland-Garros is my home, is my second home. I live, you know, 6-7 minutes from Roland-Garros. I'm there every day of the year, almost every day. If it's not I mean, it's at least 4 or 5 days a week. I spend when when I'm home. I'm spending in Roland-Garros. I know everyone. It's been 45 years. I go there every day, and Roland-Garros for me, because in Iran when I played, we only had clay courts, nothing else. Mm-hmm. And for me, the dream at the beginning was to play. You know, as a kid, I would go with my dustpan and my piece of wood and pretending with my friends who are the same age that we are going to play the final of Roland Garros, you know, and we are playing on clay court. So in a way, my dreams came true. You know, as a Iranian boy, when I was 6-7 years old, I'm talking about 1960s, beginning 1960s. We had a very few tennis courts in Iran, you know, and then later on we had big clubs and beautiful clubs. But in those days, that's why I understand now that I couldn't play on the tennis court because those were reserved for the elite. So my things that we were seeing was mainly Roland Garros. So yeah, I'm very proud of that to achieve my dreams and playing on the center court of Roland Garros.
It's such a fascinating story, and I'm really looking forward to getting your views on what we've just seen at Wimbledon. And I think we should start with the ATP and the men. And going into this year's championships, who was on your shortlist and why to possibly win Wimbledon?
Obviously, you know, like everyone else, you think about Alcaraz and Sinner, you know. For me, was Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic. This was the three names that I said that we will see in the very last, day, you know. And to tell you, I honestly, I thought that if Djokovic has a chance, and I know he wants to win his 25th, all of us know, 25th Grand Slam, and so I thought he will do it. But then somehow, I mean, he was injured. We know how it went, and then we came the final day, and the final day with what had happened in French Open, I had said that it was like 50-50, and said, okay, but the journalist told me, Mansour, it's not 50, it's not going to be even match. It's not going to be null. Somebody has to win. So in Roland Garros, I said 51%, okay, 1% more for Alcaraz. And Alcaraz was like 1 millimeter to lose that match. So I was talking to Sinner just like the day before, you know, and we walked together, you know, all the way to the locker room. And I was telling him that, okay, if it happens again, you have 3 match points, don't let it go, So, and he laughed and he says, no, I won't let go. And I thought when he served for the match at 5-4, but he was very strong and he did a great job. And really, seriously, I am happy for both of them because both of them are great guys, great champions. I was very sad for Sinner to lose. I was very happy to Alcaraz to win in French Open. And this was the same thing in Wimbledon. And so somebody has to lose, somebody has to win. They're both great. But at the very beginning, I thought Djokovic had a chance.
Yeah, let me take you through the players and Novak Djokovic. Do you think he will achieve? Do you think he will get his 25th Grand Slam singles title?
I thought that he's going to do it. I know that it's going to get more and more difficult. For me, it was Wimbledon was maybe the last one, so it would be unbelievable. And he has done so many things unbelievable that we all are amazed how great he's done. He's a great champion, winning what he's won everything. And so, is he capable at almost 39 to go and win Australian Open? I would say if there is one, there would be Australian Open. So, but it's going to be very, very hard.
Yeah, I think everyone does. And as you say, it's not going to get easier. Let's have a listen to Novak Djokovic. Here he is talking about his preparation and his motivation going into Grand Slams.
I've put everything I possibly can when it comes to training and preparing myself so I can play my best at Grand Slams. And I think regardless of the fact that I haven't won a Grand Slam this year, or last year, I still feel like I continue to play my best tennis at Grand Slams because those are the tournaments that I care about at this stage of my career the most. So yeah, I probably have to revisit everything and see with my team, with my family, how I want to proceed with my schedule and where I want to peak and how I want to train and try to do things. I don't know what I can do differently, to be honest, because the amount of hours that I spend on a daily basis, I mean, to take care of myself, I'd like to challenge everyone who is out there on the tour to see if anybody takes care of themselves more than me. So and I unfortunately don't get rewarded for that right now with injuries at the later stages of slams, but I was rewarded for many, many years.
He is, Mansour, one of the most professional athletes in terms of preparation, and he makes it clear how much of a sacrifice this is. And he says himself, what more can I do to get that next title?
He's absolutely right, and he's a very, what he's done, it's been unbelievable, and he's been, as he said, awarded many years, and now it's not this year, but if he's injury free, he can still be very dangerous. And I wish and I hope that he would play the tournaments, the Grand Slams that he's going to do the next US Open and Australian Open. I hope he's injury free. And he's a very honest man, and he's very, very serious about what he's doing. And he's a great champion, and he can amaze us again. I think I really think that he can be there for a while, and that's what his aiming.
But how lucky are we as a tennis community with three of the big four stepping to one side, hanging up their rackets, that suddenly we have Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner, and we have this incredible rivalry?
It's unbelievable to have right away, these two players who are coming and playing the final, like in French Open, which was the longest final of the French Open, and the people were just delighted to see how this match went from almost end, died, and then it came back, and it was like I was there. I saw all the match, and yeah, and not seeing Federer anymore on the court, or Nadal. This they will be missed, and Djokovic. I don't know how long he's going to play. I hope he's doing great. But it is true, as you say, that we are lucky to have. We've been very, very lucky to have the big four. And then now we have these two players are coming, and the rivalry between them, it would go, and I hope they would stay injury free and solid, and it could go another 15 years. And that's great. That's good for tennis, good for our sport, and amazing for the crowd, for the people, for the tennis lovers.
It might be bad for the rest of the players behind them, though, if they keep playing like they're playing.
No, but if they keep playing, they are going to be the cause of bringing, helping the players to get better.
Let's hear from the world number one, Yannick Sinner. He's been speaking about reaching the final of Roland-Garros and then winning Wimbledon off the back of a 3-month suspension.
No, I would have not believed, no, because it's so difficult already to arrive to the latest stages of Grand Slams. Even if you're in great shape and you have the best preparation ever, it's so difficult. Standing here as a finalist in Roland-Garros, and when that moment was over, I felt like I did something great, because it has been not easy, and coming here and winning Wimbledon, it has been amazing. No, so yeah, but in the same time, I tried to believe in myself and to accept whatever happened, and there is only one way, to get better as a player, and this, hopefully, if you do that, your chances that you win matches, it's higher, because you put your effort in, daily effort, and this is exactly what we did, and from now on we're gonna do it even more, because there are players who are gonna come, so you have to be prepared.
Mansour, what impresses you most about Yannick Sinner?
I was sitting next to Stan Smith in the box in French Open, and what impressed me the most is, and Stanley told me the same thing, and he's always in balance of what he's doing. His footwork is exceptional, and the way I was asking, how can a player hit the ball as hard as he can on the forehand side, on the backhand side, and don't miss and continue like that? Okay, there are players, they hit the ball on forehand, backhand, forehand, and as soon as they have the opportunity, they have an easy ball, they go for it, they hit it as hard as they can. But he hits every ball and as hard as he can. And Stanley says, Mansour, because his footwork is always in the right place. He's never off balance, and that is exactly how it is.
And I think something else that stands out is his mentality. Mentally, he is so strong.
Absolutely. To be in his position, if you're not mentally strong, you will never get there. These guys, who are there, they have a mental of iron, so strong, and if they don't have that mental, they will not get there. And he always, I think he's appreciated by every player. He is very, very serious, and as you say, in the court, he's never there when things go wrong. He's not there to complain about this, is that fault, is bad bounce, is coach, or no. He's very, when he's talking even with his team, he's very calm, calm and very, very kind, and that is the way he should be. That's how he's a great champion.
So, what for you was ultimately the difference? You mentioned the small percentages, but what for you was the difference in the Wimbledon final that saw Sinner come out on top?
For sure, says, okay, I was this much away from winning my French Open, and I cannot let it go again. So he came very strong on the court. He believed in himself, and that's once again, as you say, mentally. He says, okay, I failed once, but that same match in Roland-Garros, if he plays, he comes to the court and he's up 3-5 and a love 40, he would never lose it again. That can happen, but that's accident. That is not going to happen every time. So this time he was very strong and he believed in himself and he won. And that's the sport is. That's the beauty of the sport. You cannot win every match every time because you won 3 Grand Slams in a row. That doesn't mean that you're going to win every match you play. You win, you lose, and from your loss you learn.
Yeah, he certainly did. Now, this was the 13th meeting between the two, with Carlos Alcaraz having won the last 5. So take a listen to what the Spaniard thinks of his rivalry with Jannik Sinner.
First of all, I just really happy about having this rivalry with him. I think it's great for us, and it is great for the tennis. Every time we playing against each other, I think our level is really high. I think we don't watch a level like this. If I'm honest with you, I don't see any player playing against each other, having the level that we're playing when we face each other. I think, as I said many times, this rivalry it's coming better and better. We're building a really great rivalry because we're playing final of a Grand Slam, final of Master Mills, the best tournament in the world. So and it's gonna be better and better, and I'm just really grateful for that because it gives me the opportunity to just give my 100% every practice, every day, just to be better. Thanks to that, because the level that I have to maintain and that I have to raise if I want to beat Jannik is really high. So I'm just really grateful for that.
I think that's so interesting, Mansour. You were saying the rest of the players have to work harder to compete with them, and Alcaraz is giving Sinner thanks for making him be the best version of himself.
That is exactly right, and and he said that we're going to play better and better, and I absolutely agree with him because both of them are so young and they have the potential just to get better. They can learn more and more and become a better player, and that is why they're going to push the other guys up. The other guys, they cannot accept to lose all the time. They are going to try to get better. I don't know if they are going to get better, but they are becoming a better player anyway. And that is because of these two, the rivalry between these two. It's I think about like McEnroe and Borg. They always played the matches like unbelievable matches, always very exciting. And these two are going to get more and more give more excitement to the crowd. It's going to be really. I would watch them every time they would play, and I know that we will see some great tennis there.
Mansour, I imagine as being such a creative tennis player yourself, you must love watching Carlos Alcaraz and what he brings to the tennis court. What is it for you about him that makes him so special?
That he's a player that can play every shot. He's just like a tiger on the court. He moves so well, and he's so fast, and he does he has a great touch, great feel with the ball, and he can hit the ball so hard, and at the same time just caress the ball, and make a great drop volley that no one even thinks that he can get to that ball, and make a lovely shot just behind the net, and make the point. And that is, and the way he sees, he can anticipate, where you can play. Most of the time he's in the right place, and that makes him a player that he is. And as I said again, he can only get better, and he can only make a Sinner. They can both make each other a better player. How far this can go, how amazed we can get in the future, watching them, wait and see until, maybe next year to see how good they are, greater they are.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Carl Zakaro's 22, Yannick Sinner just 23. So we have this big rivalry in the men's game with the others chasing. Onto the WTA and the women, we have the rivalries there. But pre-Wimbledon, how high up your list was Iga Świątek to be crowned champion this year? I thought she'd win it one year, but this year, where was she for you?
Świątek, when she was winning everything, she was really above all the other players. She doesn't question herself. She's just on the court. She's concentrated on what she's doing, and she just hits the ball hard, the forehand, backhand, both sides. It's amazing the way that she plays. And really, as you say, we knew that he eventually wins Wimbledon. But a good Świątek, when she plays well, if she's problem, I don't know, free, her head is on the tennis court, she can win every tournament she plays. She's like, always you see on the rush. She's walking so fast. She's looking at her stuff and doesn't think of the crowd. She doesn't look at the crowd. She just does what she does. And really, I wasn't really surprised that she won.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. She does bring such intensity to the tennis court. Let's have a listen to Iga Świątek on winning Wimbledon at this point in her career.
Well, I don't know what's ahead of me, obviously, so hard to say. But for sure, it's a lot, especially after a season with a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of expectations from the outside that I didn't really match. Winning Wimbledon, it's something that is just surreal, and I feel like tennis keeps surprising me, and I keep surprising myself, and I'm really happy with the whole process, how it looked like, from the first day we stepped on a grass court. And yeah, I feel like we did everything, for it to go in that direction, without expecting it, just working really hard. So it means a lot, and it gives me a lot of experience, and I don't even know, I'm just happy.
I think it was all still sinking in, but it's incredible to think she's only 24 years old and she's already won 6 Grand Slam titles, 4 of them at Roland-Garros.
Yes, it's unbelievable. But today, 24, she can still play easy at a very, very, very high level for the 8 more years. I mean, easy. And 8 more years, that means 32 Grand Slams. She is capable to do that, to win Grand Slams, more Grand Slams. And she's too young and has everything in front of her.
Mansour, something that Iga has spoken a lot about, and she spoke to me personally in Miami, was the pressure she feels. Back in Poland, on the court, she celebrates, they say that's wrong. She doesn't celebrate, they say that's wrong. I think sometimes we don't realize how much pressure these players are under.
Yeah, of course, she has her personality, and you cannot pretend and overdo the things that you don't like to do. I mean, they say they have to show. People say, yeah, she has to show more emotion, more. But she's like that. She does. She's emotional the way she is, And then she has a lot of pressure from Polish people in her country. That is normal, People expect her to win everything, and if she's not, something goes wrong, they go smash her, But she has to be strong enough and to cope with that, and also, she has to say, okay, I mean, that's the way I am. You cannot tell me to jump in the air and try to do someone else, try to be someone else.
Yeah, it's so important to be yourself. And while a tennis court can be your stage and you can entertain, it can also be a very lonely place. And you had to feel for Amanda Anisimova, her first Grand Slam final, 57 minutes. She doesn't get a game on the board. So good to get there, but such a difficult situation.
Yes, it's very, very difficult situation. It's very embarrassing. It's very, to lose 6-love, 6-love. I don't think that would ever happen to her again. But that is unfortunately very sad. It's better to lose first round 6-love, 6-love, and not making the final. But I know she was. It was very frustrating for her, and I saw and really there was not. She was missing everything. It made me think of the match I saw with Natasha Zvereva and Graf about 35, 40 years ago. But what can you do? You just have to wait and to see next time. You can only learn from that, and I hope she does learn, and next time she become stronger to the court. But I can assure her she would not lose another final 6-love, 6-love.
Yeah, it was really tough, but she's been on an incredible journey. And let's have a listen to what Anisimova told herself about taking care of herself mentally after everything she's been through.
Yeah, I feel like the last 2 weeks, if anything I've learned, it was you're never going to be perfect, and every match is different. And I think that I sensed myself getting down on myself. And when I look at certain players like Yannick or Carlos, who I look up to a lot, I feel like they don't make easy mistakes and don't give almost anything to their opponents. So I was, in a sense, looking at certain things in that perspective, but then I also reminded myself nobody's perfect, and I was trying to go into today thinking that, okay, like, I'll accept the mistakes I make, and maybe that wasn't the right way of going into it. But I think, honestly, like, my fighting spirit has gotten me to the final of today. It wasn't me playing perfect in a way. There were matches where I struggled, and I wasn't playing to my full potential, but I think just me staying focused and fighting my way through certain moments and focusing and also lifting myself up and trying to not get negative on myself was like the most important thing. And I think that's really what got me to the final.
Mansour, her journey, she lost her father a week before her 18th birthday on the eve of the US Open. We then go through COVID, injuries. She then says, right, I'm done with tennis. I'm stepping away. To come back at the start of 2024 and to now be a top 10 player and a Grand Slam finalist is an incredible achievement.
Absolutely. I have to say it's been fantastic. She's doing great. I wish her all the best. And she said, I have to accept my mistakes and do. No, I think from your mistakes, you have to learn and don't accept. You make one mistake and then two mistakes, and then you say, why? Why do you make these mistakes? And they try to correct them. So, she's doing great to come back from where she was to top 10. and good luck for her for the rest of career.
So we leave the grass, we move to the hard courts. It's the American Hard Court Series. And just recently, Aryna Sabalenka, the world number one, says she won't be playing in Canada because of fatigue, and she wants to be at her best for the US Open. And it just highlights, Mansour, how it's really non-stop. The tennis calendar, there really is not a lot of breaks for the players.
You know, there are more and more countries, they want tournaments, and there is not enough number ones and number two, you know. So unfortunately, you cannot have 10 tournaments in the same week, but the calendar is what it is. And then it's up to every player to decide to do the good choices and to make the right decision and to play the tournaments that they want.
Mansour, we really appreciate you joining us on the podcast. It's been so interesting. What is next for you on a tennis court?
Well, for me, I'm in vacation right now, and then after that, I have an exhibition in Istanbul, and that's in a few weeks' time.
Mansour, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
And that's it from Courtside Conversations. Thank you as always for your company. Until next time, bye for now.